Welcome in, everybody. It is Melissa, Venusian Empress Oracle. It's been a while. It's so good to see you. How are you? Thank you for joining me. For those of you who do join, got some cool jazz playing in the background, but I just went ahead and pre-shuffled a little bit before I got started. We're going to freestyle this a little bit, but this is the energy I'm pulling out, guys. Right now, some of you out there may be sitting in this energy of despair, okay? And what Spirit is asking of you right now is to recognize that this despair, whatever this is from, many of you, I feel like that this is most likely a relationship that's ended. And, it could be at that period where, or you could be having one of those moments where you may be thinking about going back, 5-5 on the timer. But that adds to a 10, and we know that 10 is endings. So you may know that you're at the end of something and that this is really the right direction for you to go, but it doesn't mean that it makes it any easier, right? However, you're being asked to look at this as an opportunity, a great opportunity to reinvent yourself, perhaps, but to more or less do things differently. And that is what happens when something ends, right? It's an opportunity for something new to begin. So this is what you're being asked to think about today. And within you, you'll find the gift of awakening. It says 21 is the energy of the number of this card coming to a 3. So I feel like that's the energy of coming to that connection within yourself, your masculine, feminine energies, really doing the healing work perhaps that is needed. Because what's interesting at the bottom of the card or the bottom of the deck is a mirroring number, which is 12. So this card is saying we need a new strategy. So this is an opportunity again for you to be strategic, move in a different way. And many of you, again, may be in this period of going back and forth where 222, I just saw on the timer. You feel good at times about the decision that you've made, but at the same time, you may sometimes not feel so good about it. And at the top, when I flipped it over, it says, live playfully and with a light heart. So it really is asking us to lighten that load of our heart. It's got this little bird here. It's almost like maybe you're taking up new hobbies or interests at this time, learning new things. And this is a great way to positively, if you will, distract yourself. And, that's what you do as kids, or what we try to do as, our parents, if you had good parents anyway, right, would try to distract you in those positive ways and get you not thinking about those things that were making you feel not so good, right? So as adults, we kind of have to be that parent to our emotions, which is that child part of ourselves, and be kind, but at the same time, realize that we may have to find new ways, different interests, things to get distracted by, if you will. So listen to the voice of your inner child. This is definitely that time of healing the inner child. Absolutely is what I feel with this coming out. 9, 10, 11. So definitely with that 29 at the top of the card coming to 11, I absolutely see that as that coming together again and merging of the masculine, feminine energies, that divine self energy. So let us take a look, because take a look here, again, blue energy. You may be feeling that right now, but you're definitely being asked to get outside, be more playful, have more fun, maybe reconnect with people you haven't in a while. Because again, we need to consider a new strategy. We've got to figure out a new way moving forward, or else we're going to basically be always kind of sitting in this energy, or it's going to be the energy that sort of follows us around or taints, is kind of underlying, if you will, and that's that subconscious energy. Now, Many of you may know that I am a hypnotist, and that's what I've been away kind of working on and doing, for the last few months, really focusing on that. And a lot of good things are happening with that. But, tarot also relates to, Carl Jung uh, did a whole, gave the understanding of the tree of life, for instance, and even the cards and how it relates to those different paths and things that we experience, the challenges we all face in some way. And, some of those struggles are easier for us than others, right? All right, let's get some Lenormand cards around all of this and see the main energies that are going on that we're dealing with. But again, it does feel a lot like inner child healing around whatever this situation is, this energy of whatever you're healing around whatever has caused this, for you to be depressed, in despair about something that has been lost, that you feel like, maybe you've just been having a hard time getting over. Check this out. We've got a number 12 card again coming out. A lot of 3 energy. Definitely could have been a third party energy. Somebody, took off in the middle of the night, or just, like a fly by night kind of person. Maybe didn't really feel like they were there for you or your friend. Fair weather friend kind of thing. Owls, very secretive, but especially because it's at night. Oh, yeah. And then we've got the mask energy at the bottom. So definitely somebody could have only been dealing with you at certain times. Maybe during the day they could have had something going on, but at night they were with you. Or, they gave the appearance that they were with you perhaps. Or maybe you caught them sneaking out at some point. Or, staying out later, and you just started to maybe recognize that something was going on that wasn't right, you know what I mean? And maybe you definitely felt like somebody wasn't being truthful or honest with you, and that absolutely could have been the case, is what it feels like here. And maybe the biggest part about this is like being able to recognize these type of people, because we don't want to be in this place where we have to do all of this healing, right? We'd like to just be able to move forward with our lives and make good choices to begin with. You may be feeling like your picker is off, or you may have heard that expression, like you just don't choose good people, or, the men that seem to be attracted to you, you may not feel so optimistic, about the opportunities, because if every opportunity, or if the majority of the opportunities that you've had have ended up being this way, then maybe there are some inner child, healing aspects that need to happen. And part of that perhaps needs to be, learning more about different aspects of setting boundaries, and not losing ourselves within relationships, and different things like that too, is what this could refer to. I see the snake at the bottom. Interesting. Yeah, it almost feels like someone had you wound up, and with that infinity symbol, making you feel as if you were somehow bound to this person energetically, is what it really feels like. And there the mask is, whoops, coming out again. Crazy. So yeah, definitely somebody was hiding, somebody was being two-faced, whatever the case may be. With the owl energy again, just I feel a lot of secretiveness with this. And again, it's like you never really knew who you were dealing with, is what this energy feels like. So that's what I feel like maybe is the most disheartening part of all, is like, how can we differentiate and really see what's going on here? And maybe part of that is becoming reconnected again with your higher self, right? With your inner child. All of that healing that needs to take place. 9/11 I just saw on the timer, because some of these situations maybe have been ones that have been really scary, or, have ended badly, if you will. And maybe you don't want to get to the point to where you see something end in perhaps the worst way possible, if you will. Like somebody, no longer being here for whatever reason. Okay, so we have the compass energy. So yeah, I feel like you're just really right now trying to figure out the best way forward is really what I'm feeling with the compass energy coming out. 42 coming to a 6. 6 of Cups also relates to, you know, that inner child card as far as doing the healing work and things of that nature. And I feel like you are definitely reevaluating the way forward and, you know, what you need to cut out, more importantly, because there the 10 is with the scythe. It's time to separate the wheat from the chaff, is what Spirit is saying. Really be sure within yourself so that when you step out of this place, if you will, that you can do so with that light heart, that you're not carrying the weight of the past, that you're not scared to go out and play. Yeah, that's a good one. So it really does feel like that, you know, you definitely haven't given up, is what it feels like with this wishing well energy. I feel like you do want to venture back out there again, you know. But right now it's like I'm scared to look even at the opportunities that are out there. Give someone an opportunity, give someone a chance, you know, because I'm just so afraid that it's gonna not end up, you know, it's kind of like the bad genie, if you will, in a sense. I just saw 1111 on the timer. It's like, you know, um, careful what you wish for, as far as you may not get it exactly in the way that you were like hoping to get it, right? So it's kind of like, well, how do we help ensure that it's what we want, you know? Because it's kind of like we don't want to end up in these situations, which is where this feels like you may be currently right now, like figuring this all out. Maybe some things are becoming enlightened to you, or people are making you aware, or you know, in some way you're finding out, like you went through somebody's phone, you saw a message. But this is all about stability, you know what I mean? And this is something that it feels like has broken up that stability, and now it's like having to figure out a new way moving forward. So that is the main energy I'm getting out here right now. Let me know if that's resonating with you at all. We're going to pull some Light Seers Tarot on this and get an idea of what is going on even further with all of this energy, because I really do feel like that this could definitely be someone sneaking away, or maybe when, you know, you're not around for whatever reason, maybe you don't stay with this person every night, and maybe on those nights they're out doing other things, you know. It's just like, I feel like sometimes that maybe this person's whereabouts, you don't always fully know what's going on with them. And maybe you do have questions about that. You know, maybe you don't want to, but unfortunately not. I feel like feeling confident enough to ask the right questions, maybe, or, you know, maybe this person didn't make you feel comfortable asking those questions, could be the other thing. Yeah, so we don't want to be in those type of relationships, because if we feel like we have to walk on eggshells with people and we can't really talk about things the way that we need to, then it's always going to feel very confusing, right? We're never going to really know what's going on, or where we stand, or that kind of thing. Sorry, trying to put these where you can kind of see them a little bit. So again, let's take a look at what is going on. As I get done shuffling, I have the death energy coming out here. Death and rebirth. So again, that 10-10 energy. It's time for something to end and for something new to begin. So again, we're at those planning phases and trying to figure out what that might be. What is this 2 owls here with this 12 energy? Oh yeah, for sure. So I feel like somebody has definitely not been in a good place, and maybe this is you for sure, you know? But maybe you've also realized that staying in this place is only going to end up causing you some physical ailments if you're not careful, because 5 of Pentacles, you know, this can mean that you're definitely could be experiencing physical, say like if you're going through stress or PTSD because of a situation that you were in, not realizing it was abusive or whatever. And now perhaps starting to really feel the repercussions, or the sort of like after you've been in a car crash, right? And then you start to feel those repercussions a few days later or the next day or whatever. And I feel like more of that is starting to hit you now. Maybe really coming to the realization and understanding of what has been going on in the dark, with this person. And maybe that has put you in a lot of despair. And why wouldn't it? Because if you really trusted this person, which you should be able to, then you shouldn't be in a place like this. Someone shouldn't leave you in a place like that. They should absolutely, make things right, work things out. And that's not the type of person I feel like you were dealing with. With the Three of Swords in reverse, though, I do feel like you are moving away from being so much head in your hands type of energy to really starting to clear your heart, clear your mind, because in the original version of this, it's definitely a cloudy version, with the clouds over the top and the three swords. In any case, this person is no longer pulling those strings the way that they used to, but at the same time, I do feel like it's a little bit of a how could I be so foolish type of energy, right? Yeah, because this person definitely at one point you could have felt like that they were your end all be all. You could have really felt happy with them, but that has definitely changed. Whatever this person was doing, even if you don't fully know everything that was going on, I feel like you knew enough to leave this situation. Yeah, somebody was definitely lying to you, and they were not acting committed with the Hierophant in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. So, you knew that whatever was going on, even if you didn't fully know what was going on, that basically this person was wearing a mask. They were definitely, it seems like, entertaining other people when you weren't around. And this left you in a place of understanding and realizing that you needed to move in a different way, move in a new direction. If you're resonating with this, definitely let me know by hitting the like button, and leave a comment below and let me know what's going on in your situation if you feel comfortable to do that. But Page of Wands is absolutely saying that we're looking forward, not backward. Doesn't mean that we always feel entirely great about it, but we know what's best. And that's absolutely where I feel like you are right now. So this mask energy, what is that all about? It definitely could have been something that was happening in a home, since it is that 4 energy stability. Woo! The Devil. Wow. So it's almost like you were in the lion's den, and look at that mask. The puppet, sorry. This guy was definitely pulling the strings, whoever this was that you were dealing with. Majorly toxic is what I'm getting here with this two-faced energy. I felt like Jekyll and Hyde, like they definitely raged at you is what I felt like at times. And other times they put on a good face. This was probably the one they had out in public. This is the one they had at home. And you're always like, why are you, like, it seems like you're so happy when we're out and about and we're hanging out with people perhaps, or we're in toxic situations, or maybe it's when they're hanging out, and they're doing this toxic behavior at night when they're sneaking out, sneaking away. Wow. A lot of things could be encompassed within that, but in any case, if they got to hide it, you know what I mean? And they were, again, the puppet master. Master, master, master of puppets, I'm pulling a string. Look at this. Wow. Lovers in reverse. So this person fucks everything up. That's all I can say. Yeah, they were pulling the strings all right. They probably knew what they were doing the whole time. Probably were never, really committed to begin with. And this is where I feel like you're in despair about, like, how did you not see this? But I feel like when you did see it, you got to I was going to say got the fuck out of there fast, but I'm trying not to curse so much. 1919 on the timer. That comes to a 1010 once again. I feel like you cut all ties. I feel like you got out of there as quickly as you could. You know, I don't know if you ride a bike, but definitely you got some kind of message with this bird here, and you got the F on, is what I heard with this Knight of Swords energy. You saw the truth, you saw all that you needed to see, or enough, if you will, to know that you needed to get out as quickly as possible. Again, this person could have been a narcissistic person, someone who didn't do the work. There's the Six of Cups energy, and you see this could be a man, could have a dog, but something happened in childhood. A lot of times this is when these things happen, right? But for some reason, you know, that developmental aspect in some way didn't happen mentally, emotionally, for this person to be able, you know, to really engage properly. And that's usually why these dysfunctions happen, whatever was going on with this person. Could have been a sex addiction, even. In any case, definitely a liar. Definitely probably lied about any and everything. It didn't, even things they didn't have to lie about. What's going on with this Devil and Knight of Swords energy? And the mask. That's crazy. I've dealt with a few of those though, for sure. And I don't want to say this is my story, but who the F knows? All right, so yeah, Six of Swords in reverse. I feel like this person doesn't want you to move on, or maybe you're having a hard time moving on, but you don't want to play the fool any longer. I feel like you don't want to take a leap of faith with this person. It's almost like it's not even a question about staying or going kind of thing. I think you know that you need to go, and maybe this person is perhaps trying to manipulate you in some way by pulling those strings, by trying to manipulate the truth or that kind of thing, or trying to say there's something wrong with you with that Six of Swords in reverse, you know, saying that you always run away. But you know, I feel like this is a situation that maybe even you've left before and that kind of thing, and maybe that's why this person is saying that. But you know what that causes every time that you don't trust in yourself and take a chance on yourself, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so what else is coming out? Whoa. Yeah, I feel like somebody was trying to block your way forward, right? With this compass energy, trying to block your escape, your escape, uh, your escape plan. I feel like this is somebody you have to hide, you know, whatever your plans are. You can't tell this person, or else they will try to thwart your efforts. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to be successful with all that work you're putting in. Somebody's going to, if you tell somebody what your plans are, say if you're still in this situation, for instance, and maybe this is you, you know, maybe you're still in that situation and that's why you don't feel so good, and maybe why you're not so optimistic about anything outside of those four walls. You know what I mean? Maybe this is someone that is controlling a lot of things, including money, and that would make it very hard for you to be able to leave a situation. I talk a lot about this within high conflict divorce cases, and this also applies to situations where you're stuck in a marriage or a relationship where you know the truth. You know that this person is definitely doing all kinds of hedonistic stuff. Maybe it's even right in your face. They don't even try to hide it anymore. But they know that they control your ability to move, to be able to leave a situation you know isn't right for you. So in that type of situation where you can't leave, but you know something isn't right, it's almost like you have to dissociate and deal with the situation as best as you can. But I do feel like you're keeping your bearings about you enough to know that you have to somehow stay in a good place long enough, you know, even if you have to. And it is a little bit of mind effing yourself, right? It's almost like you have to start fantasizing something that isn't even there yet, your escape into this paradise, into this peaceful place where you'll be able to feel lighthearted and playful again, right? And again, this could have been a marriage. You know, with the Hierophant in reverse, you're married, but perhaps someone else wasn't acting married. So this caused you to then have to think of a new strategy, right? But again, this person, if they're that controlling, which it absolutely looks like that they were, they're going to try to do everything they can to not allow you to be successful in whatever this plan is you're trying to put together to escape, as they said in Finding Nemo, right? This person is definitely trying to mess with your intuition, your knowing. They're trying to perhaps say you're crazy, you don't know what you're talking about. How many times have we been gaslit in that way? And this is what could be also, again, causing you to feel that despair or to feel like you're not going to get justice in this situation. The looks can be deceiving, and this is what we have to remember when we're, you know, dealing with these situations that seem more powerful than God, than our higher power, you know, that source energy, if you will. So show me a little bit more. I want some more clarification on this Five of Pentacles. You know, this sneaky energy where this person was definitely lying and acting like they were single, you know, with this Hierophant in reverse. This person was definitely taking their wedding ring off, if you will, if they were even, you know, that decent about it. We got this Lover's energy, right? So I feel like, you know, this is something that you definitely wanted to put the work into, Knight of Pentacles. But I feel like, you know, you knew that it was perhaps going to be something. And what isn't, you know, that you go into, everything is a work in progress. Us, relationships. But it quickly became something that you saw was dead in the water. Four of Cups, something you didn't want. You didn't realize what you were getting. I feel like you got duped in a situation, quite honestly. If you were coerced into marrying this person. Yeah, Queen of Cups. In reverse, this person or you are definitely in this energy right now. Maybe you've cut off your love. You're no longer offering your cup to somebody. Somebody's definitely pissed. I definitely feel like there was third-party energy going on here, especially since we've got Six of Pentacles energy going on here as well. Yeah, I feel like somebody was spreading themselves too thin. You know, they weren't giving where they were supposed to, especially if you were in a relationship, which it obviously looks like you were with this Lovers, you know, energy. Definitely Hierophant should have been in the upright. And I feel like you cut somebody off once you got to a certain point, you know, and maybe you still have to deal with this person, but you know the truth and you're definitely not happy about it. I feel like you're trying to devise your way with that Knight of Swords, how you can get the F up out of there as quickly as possible and get out of this person's grasp, right? So yeah, I do feel like that is your best option if you're feeling like you resonate with this particular reading, because there's absolutely no love here. Knight of Cups in reverse. Empress in reverse, absolutely. Everybody's back is turned to this situation. Nobody is giving anymore. All right, show me more about this mask energy. Yeah, rebirth. So it's definitely time to let something go. You know what I mean? This is the death energy. I feel like, you know, energetically, I feel like you've let something go, but I feel like, again, you could still be in this caged energy where maybe you even have people watching you. I don't know why I felt like there were, I don't know how many people could relate to a mob type of situation or just a cult type of situation where maybe they do have people watching you, making sure that, you know, you're not trying to run away or something like that. And maybe that's what you're angry about as well, is maybe you figured out that somebody is watching you, and that's also perhaps why you're not quite so happy about the potential opportunities, because for one, you feel like you could feel like somebody is trying to block every opportunity. They've got too many people, you know, under their control, and they can more or less twist the narrative in any way that they want to. And I feel like that's what this person has done as well. And with that Ace of Pentacles, I think they are definitely the one that holds the money. Yeah, this person doesn't want you moving forward. If anything, they want you to, they're trying to coerce you. They could be, you could be feeling like they're trying to coerce you into, maybe they're giving you flowers, maybe they're taking you out to eat, taking you on a vacation, whatever it is to try to smooth things over. But I do feel like this person is trying to more or less change your mind, cause you not to feel like you want to leave this situation. But there's still, you know, there's that control element there, and where things are going to end up getting back to, just because this person may be acting nice to you right now. Yeah, there's always something hidden with this person. Moon energy, 3003, reflection. But I feel like with this full moon coming up, something is going to be illuminated. You are going to be able to see something much more clearly than you have been able to see it. And maybe that's that exit. Maybe that is what you are actually going to be able to see. That this person has been manipulating you emotionally, mentally, trying to keep you stuck, right? Trying to keep you from seeing those other opportunities out there, trying to slow things down for you with that turtle energy, because this is Page of Cups. They're blocking the opportunities that you could have out there by keeping you in this energy of unhappiness, of feeling despair, of feeling like there's nobody else out there who would want to be with you, perhaps, or something like that. How many people have been hearing somebody perhaps saying these kinds of things to them? Because I've heard those things before too. And you definitely are not deserving of that. So let's look at this compass energy. What do we need to know? Six of Cups. Yeah, this person always wants to, be there. And this is more what I get with this energy. Maybe this person initially was there for you. They were this knight in shining armor, if you will, for the damsel in distress. But perhaps there came a point where they weren't even really there for you anymore, and they could see that you were in distress, that you needed something. She's not exactly sad here, but at the same time, it's like, hey, and he's just waving at her. It's not like he's really looking around or trying to make any kind of effort to help her. And with the Six of Cups energy, it just feels like perhaps that maybe you're realizing that, this is a time where instead of allowing somebody else to take control of the situation like they have in the past, which allows them to continue to have that control over you, right? Because they're the ones that always saves you. They're the only ones that can, you know, be your way forward, if you will, because this feels like when you try to move forward that the ground just falls out before you. It's almost like this person is trying to control you and keep everything just out of reach. Everything you want with that 10 energy again, 10 of Cups. Everything just out of reach. The love just out of reach, because you may notice in this card where we have that fountain, the love is just out of reach. This person is always future faking you, is what it feels like. They're always restarting something with you, but they really don't have the intention of being there the way that they should be. Whoa, that went flying. That's that two-faced energy. Sometimes they are, sometimey. If you've ever heard that expression before. But it just means people you can't really depend on to be consistent in the way they act, the way they show up. Yeah, balance. You're seeking this balance with this 3333 just now popped up on the timer. I think you're searching for ways to where, well, first of all, staying calm as possible in this situation, but you've had a lot of patience with this person. All these lilies though are representing it is time to end something. It's time to fill your own cup. It's time to bring balance and peace to your own life, because whatever this was that may have felt really good at one point absolutely has you completely confused at times, maybe even at this moment, and At times, people can make things so hard, so turbulent, like in this picture, that it's really hard to know what is the right decision, what is the right way forward, right? And people can take advantage of that confusion that you may be feeling, knowing what all is causing that to begin with, and even that they're the problem. They're the, the ones that is causing this, and they absolutely could bring that solution. And they know they have the power with that Ace of Pentacles right there. They know that you want to move forward and transform, all right, with this Page of Wands, but they're blocking it. They have the control, whoever this person is, and they're trying to keep you from sneaking away. It's almost like they're trying to stay ahead of you. You know what I mean? They want to know what your next seven energy there steps are. So let's get a few cards out here. Some advice moving forward. I made my own little playing cards here with some messages on it. So I'm going to get some messages to end this reading with. Thank you guys for being here. It's been really fun to do this again after like probably a year. But let me know how you like it. All right. If you feel up to it, like, subscribe, even share the video. All right, what's coming out for advice for this situation? What do we need to know? Wow, a couple went flying there. So this one says it's Two of Clubs, all right? Clubs is Pentacles, so Two of Pentacles. It says let it go. Everyone has a choice to make, and they made theirs. You can do way better, all right? How many of you are understanding this today, that somebody, Two of Pentacles, was just juggling you perhaps? They couldn't make a decision. And, unfortunately, this person wants to still try to control the situation, but you will find your opportunity to get out of this. Don't despair. Don't lose hope is what I hear Spirit saying. Two of Spades coming out here today. Two of Wands. So another one. Doseki uno más beer. So maybe you're saying make mine a double, or maybe again you found out that there was another person, you know what I mean? Someone was two-timing you with that two energy again, and the two face. I just really feel like that is so fitting with this, you know what I mean? So definitely you understand what was going on here. Maybe not fully once again, but enough to be able to make a choice to move away from this situation. Now, I do feel like this person, again, is obviously not going to make it very easy for you, especially if you are married to this person, Ace of Cups. We've got love me tender, love me true with rings, hand fasting, forget me nots. So, again, this person doesn't want to forget about you. And maybe it is hard to forget about this person, just because you could have had some really great times with them. But, it's almost like it's equally as bad as it is good. And when it's like that, it's like, is it really worth it? You know what I mean? All right, a few more messages here before we wrap it up. Maybe you need to wrap it up, especially if you're dealing with this two-timing, two-faced, juggling gigolo. That's what I heard. All right, so we got 4 walls, buying a new home, friends, family, traditions, holidays. So I feel like you're setting some new trends. Maybe this is one of the things that you are starting to do differently, especially once you get your new place, if you will. So you're going to be doing things differently than you did with this person, with new people, your family, and maybe new friends and that kind of thing. Maybe you could be hosting some events coming up, if you will. That is exciting. All right, so on the bottom says 9 of clubs, so this would be 9 of pentacles. Take a chance, you stupid hoe. How many know that Gwen Stefani song? It's that tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Anyway, so it says, are you feeling lucky? Heck yeah, I know I am. So this says, what you waiting for? That's the name of the song. What you waiting, what you waiting, what you waiting, what you waiting for? You know, it's time. It's time for you to find your new direction, find your new vibe. And I feel like that's absolutely what you're doing. So maybe, you know, you're going to be meeting some new people, making some new friends that are going to be able to give you some assistance in some way in moving away from this situation. So don't lose hope. And coming out here with the 10 of diamonds, all right, that's air energy. So life is changing in big ways now. Nothing will ever be the same. Happy changes is what we're seeing here. So definitely stay in your happy place, especially when we're talking about this child energy. Keep envisioning what that life is going to be like and really start to feel it, because before you know it, if you stay in that energy, it is going to manifest. 4004, you're going to be mirroring back in reality what you have been seeing and creating in your mind. Because remember, we have that opportunity to strategize, and this is the time to move in a new direction, to move in new ways. Who's down? I know I am. On the bottom here, Queen of Cups. Will so this says, treat me well and my heart will always belong to only you. And this is you. You are very, very loyal. Loyal to a fault sometimes, you know, even to the wrong people. But hey, we've all been there, you know. You try to love people, you try to treat them well. Sometimes they just do their own thing. 8 of Wands, yeah, somebody's going to be hitting you up. Rolling the dice and trusting God. I do feel like that you're going to be trusting yourself, trusting God, trusting your higher power. And, you know, even if this person is trying their best to convince you to, you know, manipulate you in any way, pull on your heartstrings is what I heard with this too. You're not going to allow this person to do that any longer. You're ready to roll the dice and move in a new direction. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, let me know. I will try to come on again soon, especially if you really liked it and you give me good feedback. All right, have a good night. Happy Saturday. Bye for now.